Okay, it's February, what is it, February 11th, Mom?
Today is the 10th, isn't it?
I think I'm flying home on the 12th, so it must be the 11th, but let me check. So tell me what we got brewing here. Looks like we're making some dough. We're starting with 5 cups. We were debating, the recipe calls for 2. We were debating between 4 and 6, so we compromised at 5. The water was not measured. It was poured in until the consistency was right for Mother. And she is working it like she's done this before. We were making strudels. We'll be sauteing some onions, adding some kartoffel, potatoes, and a little wurst. When done, after this dough rests for a little bit, we're going to roll it out and cut it up into...
Quite a bit, half hour.
Going to let it rest for half an hour. And then it'll be put into ropes and cut up and then put in the fridge until Rick and Ella and Brady and Tracy get here, and then we will steam it along with the potatoes and the wurst and the kartoffels and onions, the zwiebel. It'll be steamed for about a half an hour, and
Is Tracy coming?
Brady's coming. He was asked to bring tabbouleh.
Tracy?
No, Brady was asked to bring some tabbouleh. Have you ever had tabbouleh before, Mom?
Is that a noodle?
No, it's a Middle Eastern it's a Middle Eastern salad that's made out of parsley and couscous.
Huh.
I think an adventurous little German Russian like you might like it.
What kind of dressing?
Oh, there's a little bit of, I suppose, olive oil, a typical Middle Eastern dressing.
Oh, it comes mixed?
No, you mix the dressing too, but we're going to get you on the Mediterranean diet here in your elderly years. The Mediterranean diet is supposed to be healthier than the German Russian. Gell? Gell? Mutter?
Yes.
Okay, ich weiß. Well, we will check back in with you later, but I just wanted to say it's a pleasure having you here making strudels and keeping the tradition going.
Well, I think it's fun.
Okay, over and out. Okay, this is Mother on step 2. The dough is resting comfortably under the dish towel. And she is now cubing the potatoes, kartoffel. And notice that we are saving dishes by letting the potatoes soak in the water, which is the same container as the flour was mixed in, the dough. So we're always trying to be cognizant about saving work. Okay, we'll catch the next step. It'll be rolling out the dough and making a rope after making it nice and thin. But this is step 2. Corrine, anything to add to that?
Nope, except I didn't even comb my hair this morning.
Well, she's been lazy today, and I've been encouraging her to be that way, so over and out.
I'll do that, don't you?
Well, before we stretch, let's hear about this step 3. This looks like a partitioning of dough into 4...
After the dough has rested.
For half an hour?
Yeah, you can really tell that it's different.
Let's go this way so I'm not looking into the sun. So it feels different after it's rested?
Oh yeah, it starts to feel elastically.
And now you're rubbing some
Butter.
on each one. Is that for...
Goose lard works better.
Goose lard. How would you say that in German?
Gänse lard would be fat. Gänse fat.
Aha. And in this case, butter is doing the job.
Gänse What would it be called?
Ginzafat.
Speck.
Speck is
Speck is fat.
Isn't that bacon? So we're getting close to the rolling it out and stretching it. And that should be quite interesting.
Yeah, isn't that weird? Some of the customs.
I would say that the ingredients were cheap and available because there was nothing in that dough except for flour, water, and baking soda and salt.
I would say that's the main part, yeah.
I think we came from royalty to be eating like this.
Yeah, right.
So over and out, and we'll do some rolling and stretching next. Now we're on step 4. This is the stretching of the dough. Mother tells me you could never stretch dough like this if it didn't have that butter or goose lard on it.
If leaving the dough rest.
And the resting.
Yeah.
So it's the lard or the butter, the shortening.
You find that from experience. They don't really tell you that. And when you get this on the pillow, you want to work it toward the middle because that's where there is still.
That's where it's thickest. It gets thinnest around the edges. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It
it's
doesn't
good.
matter whether it has big holes.
Doesn't matter if it has holes. Doesn't matter if it leaks. You're just going to roll it up anyway. But the thinner it is, Randy says you should be able to read a newspaper through it. That's pretty thin. And after she gets it thin as she can on the table, it's going to go on that pillow over there.
Yeah.
And it's going to be stretched more. Some people...
We have to put it on the pillow pretty quick or we'll never get it there.
Her mom used to stretch it over her head like a pizza maker. So this is the part that takes a lot of work.
Yeah, but it's not hard work.
Makes you hungry though.
Well, you don't know what it's going to taste.
Okay, we'll be stretching it on the pillow in a little bit, over and out. Now we're stretching it on the pillow. This is to make it real thin. You can see that a few holes don't hurt.
Holes don't hurt.
It's better to have holes than to have thick stuff. Because when you roll it up, you want it to have a lot of layers.
Put it right here and roll up the wieners with the dough.
What's that called when it has wieners in it?
Strudels with wieners.
Strudel mit hot dog. I have a feeling these other 3 piles of dough are going to be mine to do, because Mom's just showing me how here.
Here's some of our holes.
These, I think, are going to taste better than they look right now. Ooh. Now we're going to cut this up into pieces?
I would cut it in pieces and save it. Do you think maybe on a cookie sheet?
Yeah. Over and out.